How's about we make Mario? Yeah, I'm just gonna show the various different looks he's had since his conception. Starting off with Donkey Kong, where technically it's not Mario back then, it's Jumpman, but obviously it's the guy that would become Mario. Have his leg come out like this. Mario is obviously stereotypically Italian, but Jumpman, the original design, is extremely stereotypical looking. But design wise, I've always liked it. It's very stylized looking. Now on to Mario Bros. Mario. He's a lot shorter because he doesn't have the long legs. He's got a circle head, just a complete circle. Like, that's all the shape is. It's not dented inward for a cheek, it's just a sphere. Complete circle eyes. Yeah, and whenever they did the illustrations, whenever they'd show the mouth here, it would be attached to the bottom part of the face where the chin should be. So you'd always have it like super exaggerated there. Yeah, whenever I draw the classic games, I always try to keep the art style as faithful to the original illustrations as possible. He's like constantly evolving until they get to the blue overalls, then they just stick with that look pretty much. And get to the pretty much iconic head shape that he has. It's still a bit. He still evolves over the years after that, but just slightly. It's usually not nearly as noticeable. Like, these two are obviously different than the traditional Mario design. Overall, he has a more realistic shape to him, but still cartoony enough that it's not, like, real at all. But we're not done yet. Add in another Mario here to show the fully modernized design. And everyone knows this design. It's cartoony looking Italian guy. That's just the culmination of all the evolution up to that point. Nowadays, Mario's body is pretty slimmed up, so it's not as much of a belly to him. It's just to make him cuter is what I think it is. And just have him fade into the background as this giant I am Mario out of all the Marios. There's the illustrations. Have an I-beam there for Donkey Kong. Maybe some mushrooms in the background. Have a sewer pipe for Mario Bros. And now on to the painting. Gonna want to wet this all. And let's go with purplish violet over in the back so that it shows the further back sky. Get some blue over here. And now let's drag in the color towards the center of the cloud. This is why you don't want to wait for it to dry too long. I mean, you can blur up the edges of the clouds, but it's always iffy if you wait long enough. And since he's supposed to sort of emerge out of the background, splatter in the blue overalls, just let it just bleed into the background. Yeah, that's actually turning out pretty good. Kind of surprised. Yeah, just turn it into the cement that he's skidding on, or that's holding the bricks together. A little bit of dry brushing there. And let's get to putting the bricks in. Yeah, sometimes I add two colors to make sort of a shading effect, but for this, it's too small of stuff for me to really care about that. Now for the pipe. Green and yellow. I'm gonna do orange and red for the I-beam things from Donkey Kong. It makes it feel more realish, and at the same time it better contrasts with the more red Mario color. Yeah, I don't really care if the red gets on him, because he's pretty much gonna be red anyway. Now let's get to the mushrooms in the back. I'm thinking sort of yellowish for the stalks. And let's make it a bit orange also. I'm gonna make the actual mushroom part orange though, so it's sort of more of a skin tone to it. Add some yellow for the shell creeper. Just do a light orange for the skin. Oh, big boy back here is gonna need quite a bit of light orange. Now here is where the biggest differences come in. The colors of the Marios themselves. Originally Jumpman, he has a red overall. The overall and shirt colors always change. Now, since I'm going based off the illustrations of Super Mario, the original Japanese ones, he has red overalls in those. So, that's the main difference between that design and the modern design. Other than that, they're pretty much identical except for how heavy they look. And then here's the one that's the most different. Blue overalls, red shirt, but a blue hat. The blue hat is just what makes it really bizarre when standing next to the others. And now on to the final part, the inking. I've pretty much always used Sumi ink. I know there's better ones, but it's what I've always done. Yeah, Sumi ink is used as a calligraphy ink. I've pretty much always used it for inking my comics and stuff. When I do ink the comics, normally it's just graphite, black and white pencil. And smudging for the shading. Yeah, out of all of them, like, Mario's design's always pleasant to look at, but I actually tend to like Jumpman and Mario Bros. Mario more, because they're just so stylized compared to the more traditional Mickey Mousey looking Mario. Yeah, I guess the most you can say about the Super Mario design, is it's basically just a more cartoony version of modern Mario. That's all it really is. And get Big Boy out of the way, since he's going to get in the way if I'm drawing or inking with my right hand. Nice thick lines. Now, preferably, you'd do this all in color with no black lines, but that would take forever to get it all the right consistency, and it's easier to do that on the computer than with actual paint. And now, the itty bitty arcade Mario. Arcade Mario's probably the most adorable one to me. In the artwork, they always leave out this part of the eye as a reflection thing. Yeah, to get Luigi for this, the Mario Bros design, he is literally just Mario, but with brown and green instead of red and blue. Actually, I should probably make the undersides of the shoes black so it stands out. And funnily enough, the last thing to be inked here isn't even a Mario. It's an enemy. Yeah, just leave little implications of there being a brick there to make it start appearing. And have it bolder down in front. I guess I'll define the polka dots on the mushrooms. And there we go. Thanks for tuning in.